Darnell Mooney, as I mentioned, is wide receiver 39, which is behind players like Odell Beckham Jr. Am I way too high on Darnell Mooney, or are the fantasy pros not quite caught up to what he will be next season?
They're not caught up on him. I mean, you got Adam Thielen, Robert Woods, and Odell Beckham in front of him. Give me Mooney all day, every day. Mooney's young. He's awesome. You know, Nagy's system was absolutely horrible this year, but Justin Fields has an absolute cannon. And, you know, if we get someone like Brian Dabble in there, or really any coach that can look at their team and say, hey, this guy does this really good, it's going to have Justin Fields thrown downfield. It's going to open Mooney up. Even if we sign someone else, I think Mooney's absolutely going to hit 1,000 again next year, and his touchdown margins are going to go way up. So I'm a big fan of Mooney.
This is one of those ones that the age didn't sway it at all. The only person like near him that's of his age really is Kadarius Toney, or really his skill level and rookiness. But Kadarius Toney is 2 below him. But at the same time, 2 wide receivers, that is. At the same time, he had 2 games that were good, and he's 2 below Mooney, who proved that he belongs in at least the top 20. I mean, a conversation for it at least. And not to mention the fact that he's building rapport with Justin Fields, who's going to be there for a while. I mean, there's no way this new change in Chicago is going to release him. And then Allen Robinson is 7 wide receivers ahead of him. No, absolutely not. After this year, no. He wasn't even injured. He was just bad. I love Allen Robinson. I want the best for him and everything, but he did not play well. And then honestly, there's arguments for Ayuk, Lockett, Marquise Brown, all above him, significantly above him. I could argue all 3 of them below him. I think Mooney needs to be moved up at least 10 spaces. And if not, draft him. Go get him.
So here's the reason I don't understand the Mooney thing. Was he hurt this year? No. I mean, you could use that kind of excuse for like DJ Chark. I can see why he's lower, because he's A in Jacksonville. B, he was hurt the entire year, and he's flimsy. He's like a folding table. But Mooney was never hurt this season. Mooney was perfectly fine, and he was in a terrible offense and was able to thrive in some games. I mean, hell, we put him in DraftKings lineups, and he won us the week sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's just – I don't see why everybody else is so ridiculously low on him, because I think if they get the right right offensive coach in there, then I don't see why his success wouldn't. I mean, they're going to bring in a wide receiver. We all know that's going to happen, but I don't see why as the number 2 he couldn't be equally successful as he was this year.